Have you guys noticed anything about my mug? This is actually a Witcher mug. Will I play The Witcher 3 again? Never! I'm never, ever playing The Witcher 3 again! Not even once in my life! I played that game every single year until now, but from now on, I'm never playing The Witcher 3. Of course I will play The Witcher 3 again. Not everyone is ever going to like the same things that you do. And that's okay. Okay? Not everyone is going to find the same beauty standards as you do. Just so you have an idea, during the Middle Age times, baldness was seen as peak beauty. To the point that a woman that was seen as the most beautiful, they would actually pluck their hairs from their foreheads to have like a giant forehead and be like half bald. And beauty standards, they change over time, okay? And that's okay. And not only that, just because somebody finds something beautiful and somebody else doesn't, it's irrelevant. The reason why I bring this up is very simple, okay? From what I have seen of the internet discussing Ciri and The Witcher, I've seen a lot more people complaining about the people calling her ugly than I actually have seen people calling her ugly. Like, to a whole new level. What you're doing when you do this, you're basically amplifying the voice of otherwise people wouldn't be seeing that voice. You're shedding light into something that most people would at first never even notice. You're bringing attention to something that's irrelevant. If something is really so, irrelevant, why do you even bother like spending your time responding to it? Go do something that you have fun. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. Beauty is relative. People are gonna find beauty in different places. Some people will only find beauty in their anime pillows, and that's okay. I personally believe that more mature characters are 1,000,000,000 times more interesting. They allow for a much more compelling storytelling. They allow for a much more mature setting, a discussion and of topics that are usually different. And CDPR has been doing that literally all their lives. And it doesn't surprise me, any of that I saw yesterday. In fact, I would say, and I have been saying this for years, that the reason why I thought they wouldn't make Ciri a main character, it's because she's too powerful. Ciri is one of the most powerful characters in the Witcher universe. And I thought that making her a protagonist, how would they nerf the player to deal with that? And to me, that has always been the biggest problem with making Ciri the main character. But I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'm sure they figured something out. I'm sure there is an explanation for it. I'll just wait and see. If I like it, great. If it makes sense, awesome. If not, But I would see that as the biggest downside of making Ciri the main character. She's just too powerful. But I believe in them. You know why I believe in them? I am not a fan of certain woman protagonists in some games because I don't think that they were well written. However, CDPR has written the best woman protagonist that I've seen in gaming. It's in a game that not a lot of people have played. It's in a game called Thronebreaker. Meve. Meve, to me, is the absolute best woman protagonist ever written. She is a queen. There are moments that she has to rule with an iron fist, and there are moments that she has to see the world as the eyes of a mother. And all this adds such depth and such strength to her character that you can hear her thoughts, that you can understand what she's going through from a personal level. Makes Meve such a compelling and strong character. And this is a character that most gamers have never interacted with, unless they're really into Gwent or something like that. So to me, Especially seeing Siri a little bit older, hopefully with a little bit of the experience that Meave had. To me, it's very exciting to have maybe a mainstream game that they finally make a well-written woman protagonist. Because so far, I find that those protagonists, they have been quite weak. And to me, I don't particularly care for just to have women as protagonists and that's it. I care for good representation if there is going to be some. I care for much more for a strong representation than for just it being everywhere. And that's it. And I feel like they have the ability to do something great. If they are going to do it, of course, only time will tell. But history has shown the way that they tell a story has been good throughout the games. With all the problems that Cyberpunk had at the beginning, none of them had to do with the writing. None of them had to do with the storytelling. I personally thought that the game was fucking fantastic when it came to the performance and things like that. Yes, absolutely. But not for the things that I'm actually talking about here. Not only the game, but also the books, you know? So, and also, Siri has been seated as the protagonist of the books and the story, and literally the entire point of the Witcher tree has been to find her. And Ciri always wanted to be a Witcher. Ciri never actually wanted and wished for her destiny, for what Emir wanted from her. Heck, Emir, if it was up to Emir would have sex with his own daughter. And you guys know that's the truth. And it's actually talked about. You know, Ciri always wanted something different for her. I'm not sure how she managed to get that, but I'm happy that she did. And I personally found there is this picture of her, you know, her face up close, and looking at her, she reminds me so much of Geralt, to the point that the first thing that came into my mind when I saw that was like, look at our girl. She has come so far. I am so proud of her. And I hope that Geralt feels just the same. And I feel like every single person that's familiar with the Witcher franchise, with familiar with the storytelling, with familiar with the work that CDPR has done for the past years, the fans of The Witcher, the people who paid attention to what was going on, they know it. It's obvious. There's going to be tourists. There's going to be people who are going to hate on things that they don't understand. Let them. It's none of our problem. That's okay. It's irrelevant. That happens to everything in the world. Focus on the minds of people who are actually worth talking with. I know that it was just a cinematic trailer. There's probably going to be a long time until we actually see the game. However, the reason why I was so excited, and I say that time and time again before my stream, I really wanted something to really look forward to. To the amount that I looked forward to Baldur's Gate, I was really missing that. And I feel like the Game Award really gave me something to look forward to. Something to wake up every day and say, you know what? I need to take care of myself today. I need to take care of my health because there is something in the long term that I'm looking forward to. And if I fuck up now and I die tomorrow, I'm not going to be here for that. So, we got something to look forward to in the long term, and that's great. Hopefully, we'll keep taking better care of ourselves, and we'll get there. What we say to death, not to death.